ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಶ್ವೇತಾ ಚಂಗಪ್ಪ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ತುಂಬ ಅತಿ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿನ ಭೇಟಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಯಾರು, ಅವ್ರ ಪರಿಚಯ ಏನು ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಚಕ್ರಸಿದ್ಧಿ ಸಿದ್ಧ ವೈದ್ಯಂ. ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಹೈದರಾಬಾದಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಚಿರಪರಿಚಿತ ಇದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ, ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಿದು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಬಹುಶಃ ನನಗೂ ಇದರ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಪುರಾತನ ತಲೆಗಳು, ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿರಿಯ ತಲೆಗಳು, ನಮ್ಮ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ತಾತಂದ್ರಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೇಟ್ ನಮಗೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಈಗ ಈ ಚಕ್ರಸಿದ್ಧಿ ಸಿದ್ಧ ವೈದ್ಯಂ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿಯಾಯಿತು. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಇವರು ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಒಂದು ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಗಳ ಒಂದು ಬಾಧೆಯನ್ನು ನಿವಾರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಇವರು ದೇವರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಿಜ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಏಂಜಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾವೇನು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ, ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಎಷ್ಟೋ ವಿಷಯಗಳು ಕಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಒಂದು ಏಂಜಲ್ ಥರ ಬಂದು ವಿದಿನ್ ನೋ ಟೈಮ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಹೀಗೆ ಮಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಏಂಜಲ್ನ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಎಸ್, ನಾನಿವತ್ತು ಭೇಟಿ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ನಮ್ಮ ಸತ್ಯ ಸಿಂಧುಜಾ ಗಾರು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಶಂಕರ್ ಗಾರು. ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್.
ನೈಸ್ ಟು ಸಿ ಯು.
ಸೇಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಸೇಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಸರ್. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಚಕ್ರಸಿದ್ಧಿ ಸಿದ್ಧ ವೈದ್ಯಂ ಇದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ದಾಗೆ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜನರಿಗೂ ಪರಿಚಯ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಇದು ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆನೂ ಇದೇ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಏನಿದು ಸಿದ್ಧ ವೈದ್ಯ ಅಂತಂದರೆ? ಮೇಡಮ್ನೇ ಕೇಳೋಣ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಿದ್ಧ ವೈದ್ಯಂ?
ಸಿದ್ಧ ವೈದ್ಯಂ, it is like very ancient science where like we used to practice, like all our ancestors, generations used to practice that. It is like a way of life. Just to be happy always, just be in the routine and without any problems, leading the life to a purpose.
Okay.
Where we took birth, like that.
Okay.
So Siddha Shastram is completeness, we can say in one word.
Okay.
Living happily without any issues or like effects of diseases, everything like that.
ವಾವ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ನೈಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇವರ ಪರಿಚಯ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಇವರು ಇದು ಮೊದಲನೇ ಜನ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಈ ಒಂದು ವೈದ್ಯನ ರೂಢಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿರೋದು. ಎಷ್ಟನೇ ಜನ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಇವ್ರನ್ನೇ ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
36 generations it is.
36ನೇ ಜನ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇವರು. 36ನೇ ತಲೆಮಾರಿಂದ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಿದ್ಧ ವೈದ್ಯಂನ ರೂಢಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Yes, we are so blessed to practice that.
Yeah. So how did you get that interest, to get into this siddha vaidyam and
it is
serve
not
people?
about getting interest. At the age of 4, even like what to get clarity in the mind at that age, I have been put into the tight training program.
Okay.
Which it took like 20 years, and my grandmother is my guru.
Okay.
Like that, first generation, one person will be selected.
Okay.
It is like based on like various reasons, like after checking all that nadi, jyotisham, everything. So they'll be selecting like this type of like this girl or this boy will be selected for this, like that they used to select.
Oh wow.
So like that I got selected, and my grandmother is my guru.
Wow.
And she used to train me like whatever is impossible should be attempted first. That means like fighting with fear.
Okay.
Like how you should get back your own caliber with normal senses.
Wow.
So like that, the training used to be like very tough, related to martial arts and even cooking skills, dance, everything like that. So it is like keeping your mind and body at one go, at one position. So automatically body will be having its own healing capacity, and whenever any problem will be raised to the body, it will be healing by itself. But you should not overreact or over like tempted towards like what is like annoying thing happening. Just this is like a type of fear what we are feeling now. So just to overcome that, there is a state of mind. Like whenever like you don't react too much, like don't worry, then the body
Stay
will
calm. Yeah.
automatically it will come to like, it is like the way of life, right?
So it is in our control.
Of course, everything. But we'll be like panicking for unnecessary things a lot more.
Yes, ma'am. You asked me about it.
Not
panic
only
for
we,
each
like
and
total
everything.
generations were like that.
Yeah.
And we'll be like always in the running fast mechanical mode. And we are not at peace or we are not at calm side inside. So that is where the tremblances were happening with the body. So that should be like maintained at a particular discipline.
And you say that stress is the main cause for everything?
Yeah, first of all, you have to give some rest to stress.
Wow, this is like
So
rest to stress.
Stress is something like misunderstanding or lack of understanding. That it is a state of confusion. That's what I mean. And even the stress is a word where we are listening from past like 10 years.
Yeah.
Before that, no stress. At your, I think in your childhood, there is no stress at all, right?
Yeah, I wanted to say that. ನಾನು ಚಿಕ್ಕವಳಿದ್ದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ಏನು ಅದೇನು ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಫಾಲ್, ಐ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಅಪ್, ರನ್, ಐ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ, ಬಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೇಟ್ I don't have the energy for anything, ma'am. Or probably I think I have fixed that in my mind.
Too many things in the mind.
Yeah, exactly. My mind, for example, I'm sitting here, but my mind is somewhere else. My
Right,
mind is running
right.
there. I'm thinking of my son, my husband, my career, my stage, everything.
Yes, of
So
course.
I'm not focused. I mean, I think that is a basic thing that everybody are going through right now.
Of
Or
course.
maybe because
See,
of the competitive world.
Hardly it is say it's just a thought. And here we are not here to say something to get on control on thought. It is like just you observe, don't absorb that. Even if you think about your son, your husband, your work, whatever it is, nothing will make much difference sitting here thinking about that, right?
Correct.
When it is needed, you'll be there always.
Correct.
Likewise, if whatever the problem, it is like overthinking. Too much of like the thinking pattern was changing the chemical in the body itself. So it is not a healthy symptom. When you relax, only things will come, and if it is needed, you react. Otherwise, you leave off. That should be the natural flow of the any system, human system.
Correct.
And the way you eat, the way you sleep, the way like lack of exercise, everything,
Yeah.
you are not like properly maintenance was not there, right?
Yeah.
And too much of like hurry-burry things.
Correct.
So first of all, we have to give some rest to stress.
That's a beautiful line.
Automatically, the mind and body will be like, it will be there in the own function,
Yeah.
like how it used to be before also. So
Correct.
we are panicking the body, we are panicking the mind unnecessarily.
Correct.
So too much is like the worst part.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, from now on, yes. And my next question is, Siddha Vaidyam, what all do you treat, ma'am? Because I think every individual will go through a lot of things. Like every individual will have a lot of problems.
Right.
So Siddha Vaidyam will treat like how many problems?
Fortunately, our knowledge regarding like medical systems, it is like vast grown. And whatever the problems people are suffering with, they are also trying so many things, but they are not connected towards their own system. That is where the healing was not happening properly.
Okay.
So whenever like popping up a pill is very easy, it is like instant.
Okay.
But getting the symptom, what is like the change it was like made to the body, and how you should get back to its own nature of like being like a human thing. It is needed. So cultivating the process, like we are finding the result or we are finding the solution outside, which will be happening inside the body. So the Siddha system, Siddha works in connectivity towards your inner self.
Correct.
So automatically the healing will happen on its own.
Okay.
So we do like very long run chronic disorders. Like people will be coming in wheelchairs, like rheumatoid arthritis, all autoimmune disorders we can do. And all fractures we can do, all deviations, septum deviations like that we can do, for which there is no solution in any other system.
Okay.
In a word we can say like without any surgeries, body will be healing by itself.
Okay.
It is like the without any medical intervention we can say.
Okay, so let me say about it. ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಏಂಜಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಗುರುಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಇವರು ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ನಾವು ಏನೇ ಒಂದು ಬಂದರೂ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ಲೆಟ್ನ ಬಾಯಿಗೆ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. I think I'm myself doctor. I mean, most of them do that. If I have my headache, I'll say, okay, this green color tablet, okay, let me take that.
Yeah, because it is like tempting, you know.
Yeah.
Because it is in front of you and you know that
Yeah.
it will be like seizing the system for a while.
So I think without doing MBBS, I know all my medications because I'll be taking all the
Yeah,
tablets
it
on my
is like-
own.
yeah, of
Most
course.
of them will do the same. But here in Siddha Vaidhyam, first thing ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಇಂಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದೇನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ there's absolutely no medicines. ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸರ್ಜರಿಗಳಿಲ್ಲ. isn't it interesting? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋದರೂ ಇಷ್ಟಿಷ್ಟು ಉದ್ದ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ ಲಿಸ್ಟು, ಆಲ್ ದ ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ವೆದರ್ ಐಲ್ ಬಿ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈ ಮೀಲ್, ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮೀಲ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಆ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಬ್ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ಲಿ ನೋ ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೋ ಸರ್ಜರೀಸ್. ಹೌ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್, ಮ್ಯಾಮ್?
If you observe the human anatomy, if something was happening with the body, say suppose if you have loose motions, you'll take a tablet.
Yeah.
And you are suppressing the system. And throwing out the unnecessary waste, it is also one good symptom which is needed. Like at times we should have that phlegm and everything, right? It should like cleansing, auto cleansing will be happening with the body. So if we give that breathing time towards it, say suppose if you have a cold, how many tablets you take? Minimum the cold age will be like 7 days. It won't work. After 7 days only, your system will be normal.
So even if I take tablets, it doesn't work.
How it works?
Yeah, that is what we also do. I am also going through the same.
But
So-
only for like psychological thing, you'll pop up a pill. Just for your like, so everything it is not only with the popping up the pills or doing something with the medicine. So general auto healing will be there in the body. Say suppose if any fracture was there, doctors will apply like the cast. So
Correct.
they make the body aligned to that particular position, so that body will be like healing by itself by producing a sufficient calcium.
Wow, okay.
Clear.
Correct.
So here the thing is we have to maintain the body to process the healing by itself.
Okay.
Instead of like suppressing the immune system, where that healing process also will be suppressed, we are suppressing the total immune system. Means like healing system will also be suppressed, which is like not a good idea. Instead of that, if you relax, if you stay back, if you do with a particular discipline your day routine, then this type of like troubling the body will not be needed.
Correct.
And it won't bother you at all.
I would like to ask my personal questions, ma'am. I have delivered a baby 3 years ago. I have a 3-year-old son. Most of my fans, they text me on all the social media pages, and they'll ask me, how are you managing? Like you're getting back to work, you're standing, you're doing all these things. But I would like to tell people that maybe on stage I'll be smiling with a big smile on my face. Yeah, come on, do that, do this. I'll be doing all those things. But my inner self will be saying like, oh, I'm not able to do it. Like my legs are paining, my foot is paining. Because most of the time we'll be on stage for 24 hours.
Right.
I'll be wearing a big heels. I'll be standing on that for 24 hours. I'll be dancing. I'll be rolling, doing what not. And people will think that, okay, she's fine.
You're perfectly all right.
She's perfectly all right. But ನೋ, ಖಂಡಿತ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೆ ನನ್ನದೇ ಆದಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಇದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನನಗೆ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಫ್ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ ಫುಟ್. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಹೀಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಮೀ ಆಸ್ ಅನ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅ ಹೋಸ್ಟ್, but also there'll be lot many people like people who are serving in the police department. They'll have to stand for a longer time, and farmers will have to be on the field and work, and so many other people, right? So many other profession needs to stand for a longer duration. How do they have to manage all these things, ma'am?
Like proper posture, if you say like military people, they'll be in service. They'll be like regularly practicing the body fitness.
Yeah.
If in your profession, it might not be possible like to practice, but if you like cater yourself at least 20 minutes for yourself, first of all, you should get connected within you.
Correct.
Within yourself, so that the food what you are giving to the body and the mind will make you align properly, and whatever like the stage you are into, whatever like the performance you have to do will be like 100% proved satisfactorily.
Okay.
So here the body balancing was important, and whatever the food you are giving to the mind was also important. Here what I observe is your mind is too fast. At times the body might be fatigued because of like ups and downs in your routine.
Correct.
The way you take your food, the way you take, might not be there proper rest.
No, we don't get to eat food on time.
That's
Yeah,
what.
that is,
That's
yeah.
what. So that makes like a little imbalance between the system. Say suppose if you are hungry and if you want to like do a show, okay, you do that, you
Yeah.
perform,
Yeah.
but still might not be the satisfactory level of you feel.
Correct.
It is not about like how others are feeling, it's about you. The fatigueness in the body should be like withdrawn or else taken out with yourself only. So the food, like you have to take care. Otherwise the metabolism, the breakdowns or whatever, like long hours standing, sitting positions, the proper posture should be maintained well, and for that you should become fit with mind and body, so that long struggle also will taken by the body in a natural happy way.
Correct.
So it won't be any burden at all. Even we work like long hours,
Correct.
but it won't be a burden because we are connected towards that.
Yeah.
And all of
Your
a
mind
sudden,
is
Shweta,
already
you have to
prepared.
stop anchoring means it is like a block.
Yeah.
But if you do like more and more with your body and mind in the perfect level, then the output within yourself will be like coming like outspoken, like extraordinarily.
ಸೂಪರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಪಿ ಸಿ ಒ ಡಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಥೈರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮೊದಲು ತುಂಬ ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಪ್ರಾಬಬ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ತಂದೆಗೆ 60 ವರ್ಷ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಹಿ ಗಾಟ್ ಥೈರಾಯ್ಡ್. ಈಗಿನ ಜನ್ರೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ 30 ಆಗಿರಲ್ಲ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗನೆ ಥೈರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಈ ಥರ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸು. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಥೈರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಲೈಫ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಮೆಡಿಕೇಷನ್ ತೊಗೋಬೇಕು. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಸ್ಟಕ್. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ನನ್ನ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಹೈಪೋಥೈರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಪೇಷಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ ವೆನ್ ಐ ಗಾಟ್ ಟು ನೋ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಥೈರಾಯ್ಡ್, ಐ ಕುಡಂಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಆನ್ ಅ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಡಯಟ್, ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಲೂಸಿಂಗ್ ವೇಟ್, ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಈಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಲಿ, ದೆನ್ ವೈ ಡಿಡ್ ಐ ಗೆಟ್ ಥೈರಾಯ್ಡ್? ಯು ನೋ ದಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಕ್ ಮೈ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಪುಟ್ ಆನ್ ಅ ಮೆಡಿಕೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಒಂದು 10 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಲೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೂ ತುಂಬ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು ನನಗೆ. And I also overcome that, but still I'm on a medication. So I want to ask ma'am, so what do you want to say about this, ma'am? People getting thyroid or PCOD in early stages.
All gland related will be like either too much of stress in the mind, a lack of proper exercise. As you said, like this generation at 15-20 years also they are like facing these problems.
Yeah.
Because no one will be sitting comfortably down, right? So the muscle contractions and everything, that force will not be there on the lower abdomen. So it is like the gland stops its secretions. So a sort of like pressure should be there, like doing squatting, jumping, and if you see any athletic, they won't get any thyroid.
Correct.
Because they'll be
They'll
perfect.
be active.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
The mind also will be slowed down because of thyroid.
Okay.
Menses problems and everything also will be like linked with that only. So to maintain that cycle, first of all, you have to take proper diet. It's not about the fast foods.
Correct.
It's about like
Healthy food.
Yes, and jaggery will be eating all that, no?
Yeah, replacement of sugar with
And
jaggery.
that chana, everything. We have to take like every day a little bit, which makes like the system perfect.
Okay.
And the way you do exercise, it won't be in trouble. The gland, it is not in trouble. We are making that lack of knowledge or lack of like being in comfort. We are making like to be in the trouble.
Very nice. And okay, one more question. So for you also, sir, how many patients have been treated here? I mean, till date, and what is the number of patients that you guys have treated till date?
It's more than 1 lakh.
More than 1 lakh people have got treated, and without any medication and without any surgeries. That's awesome, sir.